In this video, I'm going to show you how to use First Class to book the technology resources that are available. Now, the resources I'm referring to are the computer labs, room 118 and 120, the 3 carts, the Linux machine downstairs in the first and second floor cart, and the library. All right, now where you get that information, obviously you know how to log into First Class. Where it says CCHS Teachers, you're going to click on that, and that opens up this window. And you'll notice there's a icon here that says Technology Resources. We'll click on that, and it opens up this window. Now, a couple of important things you need to see. Now, number one, this is a Saturday through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday calendar. Okay, in yellow you find the days of the week. One easy mistake to make. I had a teacher make this mistake the other day. It was not their fault. They just clicked in the yellow and they double-clicked, and it opened up this, and they said okay, and they booked stuff. All right, not knowing that what they were doing is they were creating a brand new event. I do not want you to create a brand new event. You notice that there's nothing down here. This is completely blank. All right, and when you click on this, you have this blank event, this event that I just created. I don't want to use that. You notice the event that's already there, the one that says Tech Day 3? That's the calendar that we're all going to use. Okay, I want you to notice that this calendar has already all the periods filled in. So if you go to book the lab and the periods are not filled in already, you need to go back. You need to make sure you click on the event. Now, I want you to notice something. I've created several different layers here. I've got the, it tells you when the period is, period C first half, period C second half, period 2, period 3, period 4, period 5. All right? Now, going down is where you have the library. Now, the first thing I do want to say in terms of the library really is needed for the kids from study. That's the place where they have access to computers. If the lab is, say for instance, this day, room 118, room 120 are already booked, do not feel free. Okay, do not book the library. Okay, so that your kids can have access to computers. If you do that, that means there are no computers accessible for the kids from study. Talk to Mrs. Hoy. Mrs. Hoy will do the scheduling. She knows what periods. Maybe she can fit in a few kids from your class. All right, you can really, please do not book the study without talking to Mrs. Hoy. All right, she will do the booking here. Now, the other information I want you to be aware of is you notice that I have period 1C and period 1, first half, period 1C, second half. All right. Now, in this case, the English teachers, they're doing projects that are going to take a lot of time, and the kids need to get the work done. So they're using the entire period. However, there are frequently situations. Now, this is an 80-minute period or a 75-minute period. There are going to be frequent situations where you can really come in, show the kids what they need to know, get started, and only use the first period. Or say, for instance, you're a teacher who just wants to give a little quiz. Well, in that case, I strongly recommend that you only book half of the period. All right, and if you come in and you see a teacher's booked half the period, then you have to make the decision. If you can get your work done in the second half of the period, go ahead. Otherwise, book a different period. All right, so you notice that the long period, period 1, is broken in half. If you do feel the need to book the entire period, please do so. Go ahead. However, I do have one caveat, is I have noticed that a lot of times the stress level of the teacher goes up dramatically after the first 40 minutes the kids have been in there. All right, the kids come in, you give them something to do, you work, you're walking around, you're checking over the shoulder and all that. And then what happens is time begins to progress, the kids start getting a little wandery and they start checking out YouTube and they start checking out other things. Okay, I do strongly recommend you only really need to bring them in there to show the resources. You do not have to give them time to get their work done. They can do work on this stuff during the study or at home. All right, so that being said, we also have period D. All right, that's double period. Period 3 is a double period that can be split in half. Now, the final fourth period, this is the one that requires a little bit of thinking. Okay, you notice that these periods are there are 4 sections here. I am going to ask, like now, for instance, in this case, Donna Fournier apparently has second lunch. Okay. There's no point in kids trying to sneak in there during that second lunch period because her kids are all going to be in there and the computers are going to be locked. Now, the other thing here is, and this is something I need to explain a little bit better, if you happen to say, for instance, you happen to have first period free, then I encourage you to indicate that fact. In other words, if you're going to be at lunch during first period, if you're going to have first lunch, leave that blank. Okay, that will give other teachers the opportunity. Say they only want to sneak in and have the kids take a quiz using Quizlet or something like that. They can sneak in while you're at first lunch, take the quiz, log off, get out of there, and then you can have it for the remaining 3 periods. All right? So I just want you to think about that. That's kind of an important concept. All right. You're also capable of booking the carts this way, the basement cart, the Linux machine. I do encourage people only use the cart down in the basement. The Linux machine, the one that's down there, really only works down there. These other 2 carts, if you need more than one, you're more than welcome to book more than one. All right. And that's basically it. That's how this works. It's fairly simple. All right. Good luck and see you soon.